Just another beautiful day here in DC Ranch, Scottsdale, Arizona, one of the premier communities that you will find in the amazing, luxurious suburb of Scottsdale, Arizona. It is January, early January, which in most parts of the country right now, it is freezing. We're out here in the sweaters and, well, I'm in dress pants here because I like to be professional, at least act like it or try. But it's like 68 degrees, sunny, and just absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to know more about Scottsdale, Arizona, and this amazing community of DC Ranch, waterfalls, I don't know, lions that are made out of something, and rocking chairs, and just pure awesomeness, then this is the video for you. Let's go check out DC Ranch. Let's go. So guys, here's Market Street, DC Ranch. As you can see by the sign right here, you have all kinds of businesses, and you have shops, and you have restaurants, you have, you know, a wine room, all the way to a very high-end steakhouse, to a sports bar, to a cigar room, and the list goes on and on. This is awesome. This is resort style living in the heart of Scottsdale, Arizona, right? The Market Street at DC Ranch. As you can see, the different types of restaurants or shops are signified by different colors of signs here. Just really cute. Now you can see everything is rustic iron that is, you know, weathered over time. That brown rustic look, which gives a really unique, distinct look for DC Ranch. You have Grimaldi's Pizza over there. This is one of my favorite sports bars, guys. If you like sports bars, you will love All American Sports Grill. Not only is the food phenomenal, but there's always a seat open most of the time. You know, and then there's TVs everywhere. You just can't beat it. I mean, you really can't when it comes to a sports bar. And if you like salmon and you want to switch it up, they have an amazing salmon sandwich, actually. So, got to try that out. We have Fleming Steakhouse back there, and some other restaurants, a breakfast shop, and of course businesses as well. Okay, so this is the entryway into the Market Street at DC Ranch, coming from the east side, going west, heading right into the amazing district that is known as Market Street. As you can see, you have, again, some more businesses on this side as well, and you have everything you need. You have a nice grocery store, a very nice grocery store right here. It is a Safeway with plenty of parking for all the shops on the backside if you can't get a spot on the street there for all the shops and restaurants. And you guys can see there is one of the nicest Safeways you may ever see. And this is in the heart of DC Ranch living right here. Now, we said there's a breakfast spot that DC Ranch has, which is also really good. Now, I like this spot. There's multiple restaurants of Ecstasy. You can see right there's Ecstasy, and it is extremely good. It's just a breakfast and lunch place, and if you want, as you can see by the sign, mimosas. There's a time and place for that, right? And Ecstasy, it seems to think that's every day, but that's okay. I don't blame them. You have outdoor seating, very nice, and here's the back end of Jalapeno Inferno and Liberty Station. So we're giving you a big tour because, guys, as you know, living in Scottsdale is more than just living in your house, four walls, right? It is a lifestyle. So we're going to give you a taste of that lifestyle, boots on the ground. That's our promise to you. And speaking of which, we're going to go in the living room right here, and we're going to see how their coffee is. DC Ranch doesn't have a niche coffee spot. Now they do have a Starbucks and a Black Rock Coffee nearby, right here within just a mile or so of the community. But we're going to go into the living room and check it out there and see what kind of coffee they have. We'll give them an A rating or B rating. Now, I'm sure their wine, I know their wine is really good, but we're going to go ahead and check out their coffee, okay? Let's go. Okay, real quick, I have to stop. Guys, Cigar room right here, wine bar over here, restaurants everywhere. Guys, check it out. So we are at Market Street Park, okay? And we're gonna just give you a little taste of the 47 parks that DC Ranch actually has in the entire community. That's right, 47. No joke. This is one of the many. And not only is this beautiful, it's also a great setting for photos. So if you have a family and you want to do some family photos for maybe Christmas or whatever it is, this is a very popular spot given the architecture and the colors for family photos. So just a little quick tip there for you. Take a look. You guys open?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you?
First victims today.
First victims? Hey, he said this. So we did do a YouTube channel, right, okay, for the restaurants and stuff around the area, and really it's coffee bars, but there's not really a coffee bar inside DC Ranch.
Okay.
So, but you guys serve coffee?
We sure do. Yeah, absolutely. We have an espresso machine. We do hot teas, regular coffee.
Do you want to get
perfect?
Coffee?
Absolutely. Can we get is it coffee? Do you have a to-go cup too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get one to go maybe, and we'll sit down for maybe just a second, and then. That's awesome. All right, guys, we're in the living room in Scottsdale, Arizona, DC Ranch Marketplace. This place is awesome, and I love it even more now because they serve coffee, and we have the whole place to ourselves. Check this place out, guys. It's a living room, for example. Look at, it's like literally your living room. Sofas, chairs, very vintage. I don't do the black coffee, right? So some of you guys out there know what I'm talking about. You know who you are. So don't be scared. Be manly. Be okay with that, right? So about that was a second and a half, 1.4 seconds of a cream pour, and then I like to do the Splenda. As far as I know, this one does not cause cancer in rats, and so you stay away from the pink stuff, right? And you go for the Splenda. It's not sugar, but it tastes really good. So if you've never had Splenda in your coffee, quick tip, okay? We're full of quick tips today. And then you gotta stir it, and look at that color. That's about the right color you want right there, guys. Not too light, not black. Let's check it out. I'll be honest. That's good. That's, guys, 1 packet of Splenda, 1.4 second pour of cream. You're good. But Sam will give you the taste test on the lattes here, right? Because she's getting a latte. So what flavor did you get? Regular? Just regular? Okay. All right, guys. So we are here in the living room with our coffees and lattes. By the way, Sam says it's so if you want to come here and get a latte, they open at 11 o'clock. Because again, this is not a coffee shop per se. It's more of a dinner, wine room, lunch spot. However, they have some good coffee. She gave us a thumbs up. And you know, Sam was a coffee connoisseur, all right? So good stuff. You guys want to get a late brunch and have some coffee? They got espressos, lattes, the whole 9 yards. Now the menu here is awesome too. Food is really, really good. As if I would say anything different, right? I'm not gonna say it's bad. I wouldn't even come here if it's bad, right? But it's really good, honestly. And again, I'm sitting in a nice chair. We got couches all around here, so a good spot. DC Ranch Marketplace living room. Now, let's talk about DC Ranch for a second. So DC Ranch, we're gonna go and do some video for you guys so you can see the housing, because housing is very, very important. But the 4 main things we're gonna focus on today in this video is the housing, number 1. Number 2 is the schools. Number 3, the overall location, okay? And number 3, overall location. And number 4, the lifestyle, or the outdoor activity lifestyle of DC Ranch. Now we're indoors right now, but as you can see, most restaurants in here have indoor-outdoor patio space because it's always a good time, except maybe at about 3 o'clock in July, to sit outside, okay? So good stuff. We're gonna hit all those places. We're gonna start with housing and focus on that because that's a big thing, obviously. Let's talk about schools real quick while we're here, okay? So we'll jump to number 2 and go to schools. Schools, you have Desert Mountain High School that it feeds into as part of the Scottsdale Unified School District. You actually have a Copper Ridge Middle School and Elementary School right here inside DC Ranch. So you really have K through 8 right here in the neighborhood in DC Ranch, which is kind of nice. It's a highly rated school, and for high school you would go to Desert Mountain, or you would go to potentially Chaparral. A lot of people in DC Ranch do actually go there. Now you do have a private option as well for high school with Notre Dame Preparatory School, which is just down the road, just about 2 miles, okay, which is really, really close. Now, you also, from a private elementary and middle school option, you have Basis, which is only about 2 miles away, and you also have Scottsdale Preparatory Academy, which is even closer, about 1 mile away from here, right? So you do have a lot of options when it comes to schooling, and they're all highly rated, whether it be public or private, okay? So we're gonna now move on towards the housing and the other options in the video at DC Ranch has to offer. So stay tuned. Let's go. Okay guys, this is the main thoroughfare of DC Ranch. This is Thompson Peak Parkway, and you can see you just have an amazing view of the McDowell Mountains, and straight ahead is Thompson Peak, right there, okay? So really beautiful, very discreet, natural, preserved Sonoran desert, okay, community and landscaping. So DC Ranch stands for Desert Camp, and as you can see, they did a good job of, in my opinion, of accomplishing that, right? It kind of looks like it's potentially a campsite, the way this is kind of laid out with rustic hardware and stone walls and things of that nature throughout the community. And so we are going to head now into the guard-gated area of DC Ranch on the north side of Thompson Peak Parkway, which is called the Country Club Village, and it is the highest dollar real estate in the entire DC Ranch area. So guys, Silverleaf is part of the overall DC Ranch area. However, Silverleaf is its own entity, which has the highest real estate from a value perspective in the entire Scottsdale area, right? You have a lot of homes in Silverleaf that are 8 digits and higher, and we will do a specific video on just Silverleaf as well. With respect to just DC Ranch, you can see you have a golf course there. That's part of the DC Ranch Country Club golf course, which is absolutely amazing. And we are going to talk about the DC Ranch Country Club here in just a second. But I will treat you to some video of the Desert Camp Country Club Village side that we're rolling through right now. And guys, this part right here, for most of the northeast part of the Country Club Village, as you can see in the map here, is custom homes. So all these properties were people who just bought a lot and hired their own builder, got their own plans, their own architect, and they built a property. So there are no homes up in this area of the Country Club Village that are the exact same. These are all custom, which is incredibly nice. And the way DC Ranch sits, as you can see, although it seems a little flat, this is actually high desert area, and we are elevated. So the way these lots are constructed, you have views of the mountains, McDowell Mountains, to the north and the east, but you also have on many of these lots city light views, as it is hard to tell, but we are elevated a little bit above the city of Phoenix, and so you can look down towards the Scottsdale Airport as well as the downtown city of Phoenix, Camelback Mountain, Mummy Mountain, things of that nature. So it is just an amazing community up here in the Country Club Village aspect of DC Ranch. Okay guys, we are at the west entrance of the Country Club Village, the gated entrance, and you can see you have water there, you have a lake. Now this little section through here is awesome. It's a little bit different than most. It's Tapadero, and Tapadero actually is a townhouse community located right here in DC Ranch. And you have 3 floor plans with a total of 45 townhouses to choose from. As you can see, some pretty good views. Some of these have views of the man-made lake. Some have mountain views. It just depends on what lot you were to secure. Some of these have golf course views as well, which is always very nice. Okay Okay guys, we're gonna enter the country club section of the country club village, and it's that for a reason. Now this whole area is called the country club village, but there's only a small section obviously of the entire area back here that is actually the country club at DC Ranch. It is one of the more highly rated country clubs in the entire valley, and as you can see, there's a long winding road to get back up to it as it is secluded. Now you have the tennis courts here on the left as you first pull in. You have part of the golf course there on the right, which is awesome right there. That will be able to clear another view on it right up here through the brush and the desert. And then as you enter the country club, you got the lovely American flag, which is awesome, the state of Arizona flag, and the DC Ranch Country Club flag. So we're gonna go over here. Now, guys, the average age of the DC Ranch Country Club is only 52 years old. That is young for a country club, for those of you who know anything about country clubs, which is one of the main reasons why it's a family-oriented country club. So if you have kids and you like that country club lifestyle, it is I'm telling you right now, it is hard to beat this for anywhere in the valley, okay? And they just did a major renovation 2 years ago. And what they did is they added this building right here that was not here before. This is a fitness center, locker rooms for men's and ladies. Obviously, there's a huge fitness center at the top level of it that overlooks right there with the balcony, that overlooks the entire valley. So you have just amazing views as you're working out or on the treadmill. And then you have a huge pool back there, as well as a bar for food and drinks, the whole 9 yards. There's cabanas back there. I mean, it's just really, really cool. You also have 2 kids rooms in there as well for kids activities. If you want to drop them off while you do dinner or golf, you can do that, and the kids can actually be babysat or looked over, I should say, by a staff member for just a minimal fee as you're hanging out at your club. So this is really, really cool. We're gonna go ahead and drive right through here, but you can see right here is the main entrance to the club. And then over here you have the valet, as well as the entrance to the golf shop for the golf course. Now, this used to be a driving range right here to the right. Sam, if you could pan back over there, there's a dumpster there because they're still finishing up construction. But this used to be a driving range. Now, as you can see right here on the green part right here, you can see this is now currently a miniature 9-hole like putting green course, which is really, really cool. One of the unique aspects of the club, excuse me, that most clubs do not have. And then as you come down here, you have the tennis facility that you have full access to with any membership level here at the DC Ranch Country Club. We're gonna pull over right here and just chat a little bit about the memberships with the DC Ranch Country Club. Okay guys, so let's talk about memberships of the DC Ranch Country Club, because it's very important. Now, do you have to purchase a membership if you own a house or buy a house in DC Ranch? The answer is no, which is awesome because there are some communities like that. But in DC Ranch, it's completely elective if you want to be part of the club or not. And it's a non-tipping club, so you don't have to tip for every time you get service for anything at the club. However, once a year at the end of the year, around the Christmas time, December time, they do actually take basically a general tip that no one has to do, but they highly recommend, of course, to tip your service people that do a phenomenal job here and take care of them that way. So that's kind of a cool option. Now let's talk about the 4 membership levels. First of all, there's full golf, okay? Full golf right now is an equity membership here at DC Ranch, which means that it's market-based, which also means when you leave, you can sell it for whatever the market is bearing and actually make money. For example, about 2-3 years ago, to get full golf was about $80,000 to buy in DC Ranch. Now, those memberships are north of $200,000 for a buy-in if you can even get in. There is a long waiting list at every single level that has to do with golf privileges here at DC Ranch currently in 2022. That could change as the market changes, it always does, but right now that's where it stands. Then number 2, the second membership is a junior golf, which means it's the exact same thing, it's just cheaper if you're under the age of 40 years old. So that's a great deal if you're under the age of 40 and you can afford it. Because the monthly dues, let's talk about that for a second. The monthly dues for both of those memberships are gonna run somewhere in the ballpark of $1,400 to $1,700 a month, okay? Your food minimums are just that, they are pretty low. So you'll easily cover those. So that's not a big deal when it comes to the DC Ranch membership. Okay, now let's talk about the third membership, which is a sport social. Now that gives you everything that everything else has. It's just limited golf. So you do have actually golf privileges for the nice times of the year, like this January, but it's limited in terms of the rounds you can play. Okay, and that's cheaper as well. And then you have the Clubhouse membership, which is the fourth and final membership level of DC Ranch and Country Club. It's Clubhouse. It's awesome. It used to be about $10,000. Now it's currently trading, I believe, around $15,000. That is not equity. So if you ever leave, you just lose that money. However, if you upgrade from Clubhouse to full golf, that money you did spend will count towards your full golf membership buy-in. So that's a good thing, right? Dues for Clubhouse are ranging somewhere between about $700 to $800 a month. So if that's something that you would like to do, you should definitely check out this club. You have access with the Clubhouse membership to everything that everyone else does, including tennis, except, you guessed it, golf. Now you do have some privileges, but they all lie in the off season, which is the summertime when it's a little hot. But if you get out before it gets too late in the day, which you can do, then that's always a good thing, and you can obviously take advantage of some golf that way with just the Clubhouse membership. Okay, so that, guys, that is DC Ranch Country Club. It's beautiful. I mean, it literally is. And so if you're thinking about that lifestyle, I would get on the list as soon as you can. Melanie is the director here. She is awesome, and she can help you guys out. But you can call us as well, and we have Melanie's ear, so we can always call her, and we could walk you through that process even more. Okay, so let's move on now to more of the housing in DC Ranch. Okay guys, we are now rolling through the Jeff Edmonds, otherwise known as the Edmonds neighborhood of DC Ranch, and we are on the backside here of the country club. So we are really close by it, and it is just beautiful. Look at the landscaping. The community landscaping is awesome. There's the backside of the tennis courts right there that we just saw a little while ago for the country club. And so if you are members and you live in this area of DC Ranch, holy cow, you can literally walk to there and maybe stumble home, right? You don't have to worry about any trouble if you're having a good time at one of their parties, Easter party, or Mother's Day or Father's Day party, or whatever it is, Christmas party. You can just walk on home and everything's good. So that's actually what a lot of people do that want to join the country club. They look for a place specifically in this neighborhood for a lot of reasons, and that's one of them. But look at the housing. I mean, this is just gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. Now over to the left here, over in this section of the Country Club Village, with my sunglasses on, is the Monterey section, right? Monterey is a semi-custom area of the Country Club Village, and that has about 60 to 65 lots over there, or homes, if you will, and they are very nice. I mean, as you can imagine, Monterey is a luxury semi-custom home builder here in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area. They do a phenomenal job, and of course, with this product over here, in this section of Country Club Village, there's no exception. They did a good job, and the homes are phenomenal. They really are. You would enjoy them a lot, and they are well quality built. And a lot of these lots up here, even on some of those homes, are actually pretty large. Some of these lots up here go as high as an acre and even a little more. So really nice stuff. Really nice real estate in the Country Club Village area. Okay, we're on a DC Ranch video, but guys, this right here is no joke. Jumping Cholla, sidebar, stay away from. If you get a little, like about that close to it or so, it could be that close, but I'm not gonna test it, right? But if it's like that close, approximately, it's like it will jump out the needle and right into your skin, and it is painful. So the light green stuff that you see throughout the desert, in the Sonoran Desert here in Arizona, stay away from. If you hit a Shenko golf ball, stay away from it. But on another note, DC Ranch, look at this view. Guys, this is hole 15 and 16 right here of the DC Ranch Country Club course, 18-hole course, phenomenal. Played it multiple times, and I just absolutely love this course. I mean, absolutely love it. It is gorgeous. You have a green up here you can see, then you actually hit a par 3 uphill, then you come back down here on that hole back on the backside of the mountain, and it is just, as you can see, just absolutely beautiful. Now, if you keep panning around here, Sam, you can see the city light views, right? And the city views. And there's Camelback Mountain. You see the camel hump in the head in the background, as well as over here is Mummy Mountain. And right in between there runs Lincoln Boulevard, which is Paradise Valley. Right between those two mountains is what makes up Paradise Valley, which is obviously top-notch real estate, top-notch place to live. So again, I like bringing you guys up here. I want to show you this because this is the type of views you'll get in certain lots with DC Ranch. And it's just absolutely phenomenal. And the golf, again, if you like golf and you can afford it, let's get you on the waiting list now because it is awesome. Okay, we are now heading into the Desert Camp Village part of DC Ranch, which is just on the south side of the main thoroughfare, which is Thompson Peak Parkway. And every single little neighborhood down here is actually gated. So it is very nice. And you can see there's a lot of green space and little miniature parks, pocket parks they call them down here in DC Ranch, for all the neighbors to hang out in and utilize. So again, very safe, all gated. And down in here you had several different areas of this Desert Camp Village on the south side of Thompson Peak Parkway. You have the Standard Pacific area, you have a Camelot area, as well as an area built by Rosewood Homes also. So the Camelot area is like the Hacienda area, which actually is, I mean, very, very nice. There are 6 floor plans in the Camelot area, which is just a little bit south of here, and a lot of those have flex plans because it's very family oriented and friendly, where you can make certain parts of the house into more bedrooms or less bedrooms, up to you when you get it built. And then you have the Standard Pacific section, which we are driving through right now currently. We'll go and get some more video of the neighborhood. But the Standard Pacific area is extremely nice. Standard Pacific is a very well-known builder here that does a good job in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area. And this area for Standard Pacific is really known for their casitas and interior courtyards, stonework on the outside, as you can see for a lot of these homes, and so on and so forth. So the prices for the Standard Pacific area that we're driving through right now is going to range between the $900,000 mark up to about $2.5 million. The Camelot Haciendas that we just talked about is going to range somewhere in the ballpark of, from a housing perspective standpoint, pricing standpoint, in that same ballpark, up to about $2.5 to $3 million. So a little bit for everything. The smaller homes obviously are going to run more so in that low $900,000 price point, and the larger ones are going to go up to that $2.5 to $3 million price point. Okay, now we've covered 3 of the 4 main areas within DC Ranch. We've covered the Market Street, we've covered the Country Club Village, we've covered Desert Camp Village, and now, last but not least, on the far south side of DC Ranch is the Desert Parks Village. That is the newest part of DC Ranch, and we're going to head there in just a moment. Now, talking about the outdoor activity lifestyle of DC Ranch, there are bike lanes, as you can see on the roads. So a lot of biking, road biking takes place. Mountain biking can take place in this area as well. There are about 50 miles of marked hiking trails throughout the entire DC Ranch area. It is amazing. So if you like the outdoor lifestyle, guys, especially from a luxurious standpoint, DC Ranch, very good option for you. All right. Now, as we're driving down Thompson Peak, you can see over here against the McDowell Mountains, that's Silverleaf. So we're not going to cover that today on this video. That'll be a separate one because Silverleaf is a monster in and of itself. Now over here, Sam, if you can pan it over here, you can see Copper Ridge Elementary and Middle School, a highly rated school that's part of the Scottsdale Unified School District that we discussed already. As you can see, it takes on the same aesthetics as the community with the brown, the rust, the tin, and things of that nature. So a very nice school. And then as we come down headed down towards the Desert Parks Village area on the south side of DC Ranch, there is a village tennis center for you tennis lovers out there. You don't have to join the country club to get your tennis fix in. Right down this way here is a tennis facility that is very nice, which is part of the Village Health Spa and Club, which is a public health spa and club that obviously you can join just like any other gym for a monthly membership fee. We're going to go past that in a second, but that has an Olympic-sized swimming pool in it that's outdoor, as well as an amazing men's locker room. I'm assuming the women's locker room is good too. I don't know about that one, but I can vouch for the men's locker room. Huge steam room, amazing, and a extremely nice basketball and rec center area for that. So we're going to pull over here and show you the village real quick and drive through it. It's right over here. And it's just a great place. And the dues that you pay monthly are not that expensive. I want to say the dues right now for the village is somewhere between $150 to $200 a month, okay? And you have access to all the amenities that it has. It's almost like a public country club to a small extent. Now there's the village over here on the right-hand side. Pretty cool. Okay, now as we turn here, these large gray buildings are called the Icon buildings. These are luxury condos, guys. Very nice. A lot of them have views of the mountains as well as city light views, reserved parking, the whole 9 yards. Now the Icon condos are going to start around that $2 million mark. So they are extremely nice, but you will be paying for it. But something to look at if you want a luxurious condo without having to go more towards the city. If you want more of a view, private, secluded lifestyle that's still turnkey, lock and leave, Icon at DC Ranch, Silverleaf, that's the way to go. Now, DC Ranch does have two community centers, okay? One is called the Homestead, the other one's called Desert Camp Community Center. The Desert Camp one is up by Desert Camp, obviously, which is on the north side of DC Ranch, and the other one is right here, called the Homestead Community Center. Now they have amenities like a splash pad, playground, basketball, fitness center, obviously on a very, very low scale, but not bad for paying HOA dues that you got to pay anyways, and having access to a community center that you can even rent out at times for maybe private events that you may be holding for your business or for your family and friends. So pretty cool. Now, as we're heading down Legacy Boulevard here, we're heading towards the Desert Park Village, which has builders such as Ashton Woods and good builders like that, honestly. So we're going to head down here and give you a preview of the Desert Parks Village area. Okay guys, so what is the shopping situation like around DC Ranch? I'm glad you asked, because DC Ranch is located, like I said, just off the 101 loop in the northeast section before it curves and heads south towards the East Valley, which makes it ideal when it comes to convenience for getting to certain places. So you have obviously the Market Street that we talked about here, that's located right within DC Ranch for some boutique shopping. If you want more shopping, there is phenomenal world-class shopping and dining and entertainment at the Kierland Commons and the Scottsdale Quarter, which is about 10 minutes from DC Ranch, located right in the heart of North Scottsdale. So if you need anything there, you'll be able to find it. And of course, if you want to go to our largest mall for the most shopping, that's Scottsdale Fashion Square, and that would be about 20 minutes south in the Old Town Scottsdale area. Okay guys, we are now in the Desert Parks Village section of DC Ranch on the south side. As you can see, a lot of common area spaces. This neighborhood is known for its front porches, and the architecture, as you can see, is pretty cool. It's something you don't always see in a Arizona typical house. You have a lot of parks in the center of the area right here. We're filming, and a lot of green space. Okay guys, this neighborhood was designed with curvilinear streets, which basically keeps everyone moving in one direction like we are doing right now. The reason why is because they wanted to have a extreme neighborhood cohesive feel where neighbors would have to come out to actually meet their other neighbors. I mean, what a concept, right? So they're trying to throw it back like it's the 1950s, right? Post World War II, where people actually had to come out and talk and get to know their neighbors. So that was the idea behind the design of the Desert Parks area. Did that say do not enter?
Yes.
And I almost entered. Oh, okay. Breaking the law again, Sam. But these are very cool, well-designed areas. Now, the downside, obviously, is that you're going to have a smaller lot in a neighborhood like this. Now, look at this right here. This is kind of cool. Look at this. You have like an alley. So obviously, alleys were big in the 50s, 60s, maybe even the 70s. In 2022, alleys are back. So if you want an alley and you want this kind of feel, like a throwback feel, a vintage feel, I mean, look at this. This is awesome. You got the trash cans right here. The garbage truck rolls to the back of the alley and picks up the garbage cans. You have no garbage cans in the front of your house, with the garage in the back of the house and the porch in the front of the house. Kind of cool, right? So Ashland Woods built most of these homes in here, and they do a really good job, as you can tell. This is Desert Parks at DC Ranch. Okay guys, now let's talk housing real quick, and stick around for the last con of this area, right? We'll make sure we give you the good and the bad. We won't always just sugarcoat it. We'll be real with you guys, okay? Now housing is going to be in the ballpark of the high $800,000 mark up to, again, about $2 million if you can find a big one in here, right? But again, because the lots are smaller, most of these homes are going to be around the $1 million to low $1 million mark in this section. Now, here's the con that you all waited for, okay? The negative of this area on the south side of DC Ranch is that there is going to be, from time to time, airplane noise, okay? So if you absolutely don't want to ever hear an airplane, this is not going to be the place for you. The Scottsdale Air Park is a busy private airport that is located, you know, as the crow flies, probably about 5 miles from here. But again, you have to drive around certain places to get to it. But because of certain air path restrictions, and when the planes come from the north, you will hear private jets going over the top of your house. Again, they're not that low, but that's very subjective. So you're going to hear some noise. That's the bottom line. So if that's something you don't want anything to do with, then you don't want to buy at the Desert Park section on the south side of DC Ranch. So there you have it. We'll be real with you guys and make sure we tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can see right there, there is a plane, a private jet coming, landing at Scottsdale Airport right there. That's perfect timing. See that, guys? So now you get a feel for what does high mean. You know, is it a few feet above your house, or is it like 300 feet above your house? Very subjective. Now, last but not least, I want to take you here. This is the corporate center at DC Ranch. We're going to look at this real quick. I think this is very important to know what's around your neighborhood if you want to live in this section. If you have kids, now obviously this is for businesses, right? A lot of new businesses and office spaces going up that you could, you know, easily rent if you want to start a business or something of that nature. However, if you have kids, this is a spot that you need to know about. This is called the Victorium with the big blue V. This is a newer indoor basketball and volleyball megaplex, which is awesome. They have a bar there as well, so you can actually get some libations if you want to while your kid plays a basketball or volleyball game if you want, or practice. But it's awesome, guys, and most of the youth sporting programs for the city of Scottsdale run through the Victorium when it comes to basketball and volleyball, anything inside for the most part. They also run summer camps because in summertime it is really hot, so when your kids are out of school, they have a lot of good sports summer camps there as well. They can go and you can drop them off, they can get some instruction in sports and have a good time with their friends and things of that nature. So the last thing I want to show you here, guys, coming up is a brand new park that the city of Scottsdale just put in. Now, we're going to cover this here in just a second as we pull up to it here in just a few seconds. Little known fun fact, the reason the city of Scottsdale put this park in isn't just because they wanted more green space for kids and families and you know, kids sports leagues, although that is true. They also put this huge park in because the old state land they used to use for parking for the Waste Management Phoenix Open that occurs every year towards the beginning of February. That land is no longer available for parking. And guys, if you don't know anything about the greatest show on grass, which is known as the Phoenix Open, there are about 80,000 people that attend every single day. So they need parking. So what they're gonna do, as Sam here pans to the right, here's a new park that literally is just getting finished right now as we speak. See all those lights? I mean, there are a ton of lights. This is an expansive brand new park, the city of Scottsdale, which is awesome. You can see in the distance there. They will also use this park for parking when it comes to the Waste Management Phoenix Open, because the TPC Stadium course of Scottsdale is located just a hop, skip, and a jump to the right here. So they have buses that come and pick people up and transport them into the course, and then of course from the course back to the parking lot to their cars. So that is the DC Ranch tour. So in conclusion, guys, please like us, share us on Facebook. If anyone could benefit from knowing more information about DC Ranch, please share the video, guys. And if you could, leave a comment. What do you think of DC Ranch? Too luxurious? Too nice? Not enough nice? Housing too expensive? Is it that does those prices seem about right for what you get with the amenities? What are your thoughts? Let us know. And there's the park right there. One more time here. Pretty cool. But let us know. Leave a comment. We will reply right away. That's our commitment to you guys. Call us anytime, any questions. Guys, we have people reaching out to us literally almost on a daily basis, relocating to Scottsdale, to Phoenix, from different parts across the country. And we have people who are local as well. Give us a call who are looking to move up, move down. Either way, we will take care of you. Okay, so that's our commitment to you, and we are passionate about Everything Phoenix. That's why the name is Everything Phoenix of the YouTube channel. Please give us a thumbs up, smash that like button, ring the notification bell, because we are putting out videos every single week for your enjoyment. We hope, at least, right? So with that, thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, and don't forget, call me.